We just got back a few days ago from a wonderful family trip over the kids' fall break, but now it is time to restock our pantry and fridge and kind of reorganize things. I've got a lot of empty shelves and bins, so if you want to see what I am buying and how I am organizing it to make feeding my family of 5 just a little bit easier, then come along with me. I am going sans makeup today because I had a dermatology appointment just for my kind of yearly checkup. So if you were waiting for your sign to schedule your yearly dermatology visit, then this is it. That's why I had the Band-Aid here too, because she saw one spot that she decided she would go ahead and take off just to be on the safe side, but everything's good, everything's fine. I just pulled into Aldi and we're gonna start here and see what we can find. I'm gonna start by checking out what produce is on sale because we definitely need a restock of fruits and veggies. Gonna pick up some of these mini cucumbers, mandarins. This is a great deal on pears, $2.99 for 3 pounds. $1 a pound for almost any kind of fruit is really good. McKenna has decided that she likes avocados and they're on sale for 59 cents, so I'm gonna try to pick out a couple for her. McKenna is also on a bagel kick recently, and I thought about getting the like thin ones because I feel like the regular size ones are just too big, but they also have the mini ones here in the plain, so I think I'll get a bag of those and a loaf of bread. It's a little early, but these are one of my favorite Christmas seasonal items here. They're the kind of crunchy, what are they called, like shortbread cookies, crisp butter cookies. Oh, these are so good. If you see them, pick them up. I mentioned that we just got back from a trip a few days ago, and actually this is the first day back in school and work for all of us. And that is actually my #1 tip if you were traveling, especially if you were traveling with kids, or even if you're leaving the kids like at grandparents and then maybe taking a trip yourselves, like a mom and dad, a little couples trip. I highly recommend building in a buffer day at the end of your vacation so that you don't have to immediately go back to work and school. So if we have 6 days to take a trip, whether it's a trip to see the grandparents or a trip on a family vacation, we will not spend the entire 6 days on the trip. We will be gone for 5 days, and then that 6th day we will be back to, sleep in the comfort of our own beds, to get the laundry under control, to make a grocery list, and just kind of get ready for the week ahead. I'm actually out of tomatoes, so I'm gonna pick up a few jars of tomatoes, a few cans of tomatoes, plus some Rotel. I have not seen these before. They look kind of like pita crackers, which Ruthie really loves, so I'll get her some of those for her lunch. Tortilla chips are on my list, and actually the Aldi brand tortilla chips are one of the very few items in the Aldi brand that I don't care for, but this is actually not a bad price, $2.49 for the On the Border brand, so let's pick up a couple bags of those. I mean, I can't not. Ruthie asked me to get some more of these egg rolls so that she can throw them in the air fryer and pack them in her lunch. She really likes these. If you're wondering what I'm getting for the boy, it's basically like everything. He eats everything all the time, except potatoes. If you know Brick, you know he doesn't like potatoes. But man, that kid is only 9 and he's got an appetite. Growing boy. Okay, this is new to me. Have these always been here and I'm just now noticing these gluten-free sort of like hamburger helper kits? That's what these look like, hamburger helper, but with gluten-free pastas. I mean, we don't eat gluten-free, but we have friends that do. I would think that these might come in really handy. Okay, that escalated quickly. How do you guys pack for family trips? If you're taking multiple people, like if you're packing for multiple people, do you pack a suitcase for each person? Because we used to do it that way and I've started doing it differently. We now kind of designate different suitcases for different purposes. So like one suitcase might be where the shoes and the like toiletries and kind of like bulky items might be. And on the way home, we definitely designate various bags for dirty clothes, and then we'll put like anything that's still clean and doesn't need to be washed in its own suitcase. And that just makes doing laundry so much easier when we get home because it just all goes in the wash from the suitcases that were designated dirty clothes, and we just sort it when it comes out of the dryer. I'd like to take a quick minute to thank today's sponsor, Earth Breeze. Earth Breeze is a liquidless laundry detergent. So instead of lugging home big jugs of liquid laundry detergent, you can go online to the Earth Breeze website and you can order their laundry detergent eco sheets, and they will come in a very small package right to your mailbox. There are 30 sheets per package, which can do up to 60 loads of laundry. They look like dryer sheets, but they're not. They're actually detergent that dissolves completely in hot or cold water. I like the fresh scent of the eco sheets, but they do make a fragrance-free eco sheet as well if you are wanting an unscented detergent. Plus, you can pause, adjust, or cancel your subscription at any time. Their packaging is completely biodegradable, and they have a buy one give 10 initiative. So for each purchase of the laundry detergent eco sheets, they will donate detergent for 10 loads of laundry to charity. I have a top-loading washing machine, and I've always preferred to dissolve my detergents before adding them in because I feel like the soap then more evenly distributes across the clothes as the drum is filling with water. So with these eco sheets, all I do is take one, I put it in a bucket like this, turn my water on, and it suds up beautifully, and I just pour it right into the washing machine as it's filling. To get started with 40% off your subscription with Earth Breeze, just go to earthbreeze.com/CMindyMom or visit the link in the description box below. And thank you again to Earth Breeze for getting my clothes clean and for sponsoring today's video. We have had this trip to Puerto Vallarta with the kids planned for a little over 6 months. And my husband and I debated whether or not we should cancel it because, as you know, if you watched my video last month, my husband recently resigned his job, and my job here on YouTube is more than sufficient to support us in the meantime, but we still don't really want to incur a whole bunch of big expenses if we can help it until we figure out exactly what comes next for us. But we decided to keep this trip for 2 reasons. Primarily. Number one being that our trip to New Mexico over the summer was very rudely interrupted and we had to come home early. And number two, this trip to Puerto Vallarta was primarily paid for with points and rewards that we have accrued on our credit cards. And I'm not going to get into the weeds on that. My husband is an absolute guru, and it is not something that is for the faint of heart. You definitely need to learn how to do it well if you're going to play the like credit card rewards games. But ultimately, he keeps track of everything. He researches it. He knows exactly when to sign up for what cards to get the best bonuses. We use our cards like debit cards. You know, we make everyday purchases like gas and groceries and haircuts and business expenses and clothes and shoes, and we pay them off at the end of every month, and then we take the rewards and the points that we earn and we use them to take really fantastic trips. So we basically had our accommodations at this Hilton resort paid for with our points, and most of our airfare as well. So we were basically just out money for tips and gratuity, and a couple of new swimsuits for kids that had outgrown them, a new bottle of sunscreen, and that was basically it. And I'm so glad that we did it, even though we were tired and we've been stressed, and this kind of, you know, life situation that we've been dealing with has created some stress. These were really great memories for our kids and for us, and I'm, you know, really glad that we made that decision to keep this in our agenda, to go ahead and take the trip. I just got to Walmart, so I'm gonna run in and grab a few more things that are on my list and I couldn't get at Aldi. While we were on our trip, the kids became like addicted to this tahini. They sprinkle it on the fruit and put it on the rim of their drinks and stuff. So I'm gonna throw a little bit in my basket. It's pretty good with fruit, like if you like the sweet and spicy type thing, since we've got some apples and some citrus and stuff. I think they'll be glad to see that. I'm wandering through the snack aisles looking for peanuts in the shell. Do they even carry peanuts in the shell here? Maybe over where the nuts are. I just thought it would be a fun thing to have tonight because it's game 7 between the Rangers and the Astros, and my boys are huge Rangers fans. I mean, I'm sure in the grand tradition of being a Rangers fan, we're all going to have our hearts broken tonight. But one can hope that maybe, just maybe, we'll eke out a win here. I don't know, this may not age well. Look what I see. Yes, they do have them. And only $2. Wow, that's way less than the $7 I'd spend at the ballpark on like a package half this size. Okay, I also found these over in the produce section, and they're Rangers colors, and I think from Texas. So this is definitely what we're gonna go with. This is actually one of my favorite things to use as coffee creamer. And I know it's $2 for the little bottle, but it takes me a whole week to get through one bottle of this because I just put like a splash of it in my coffee. And like the big bottles of coffee creamer, I can't get through them fast enough before they spoil or I just get tired of them. Ruthie specifically asked for these so she can turn herself into a smarty pants. She needs a costume for her swim Halloween party tomorrow night, and she just like glues these onto an old pair of leggings and goes as a smarty pants. I always say I'm not gonna buy anything for my kids' trick-or-treating outfits, and I always end up going out and grabbing things. My son has a CeeDee Lamb jersey that he got for his birthday last year. He loves it, wears it all the time, and he wants to go as a football player. So he asked me to pick up a pair of pants, and when I scanned these, they were only $2. So I guess I can handle getting those for him. And I also picked up some eye black since we don't really have a football helmet. Maybe we can borrow one from somebody, but we're really phoning it in on the trick-or-treating costumes this year. Call me a party pooper, but I'm actually not a fan of Halloween. I like don't decorate for it. I mean, I'll get fall stuff out like pumpkins, but not like ghosts, goblins, and zombies and skeletons. I'm not into the scary part of it. I do let my kids go trick-or-treat. We pass out candy, but I'm always grateful when Halloween comes and goes. But one thing I do like about it are all of the little mini snack size portions of snacks that come out around this time of year that I can stock like the lunch packing bins with, because they're even smaller than like the ones that are in that are normally in the snack aisle. You know what I'm talking about? And I like to like grab boxes of these to fill the pantry with during this time of year when the smaller sizes are out. You guys. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. Confession, friends. I may or may not have been standing in the middle of Walmart and just decided to go all in on this baseball themed dinner tonight and punt on tonight's dinner plan to tomorrow. I got to thinking, if we're gonna have peanuts while we watch the baseball game, then we better sit out on the patio and watch it. And if we're gonna sit out on the patio and watch it, we might as well grill some hot dogs. Except I don't really like hot dogs myself, so I think I'll get some of that not actual cheese in a can that's like the ballpark nacho cheese and make nachos. And if we're going that far, we might as well get a couple of extra ballpark snacks to go along with the ones that I'm already purchasing. And can you really have a ballpark themed night without some Cokes and maybe a few beers for the adults involved? It was a total if you give a mouse a cookie type situation. If you know, you know. But even given the extra money that I spent on the grocery bill today to create this little kind of impromptu baseball experience out on the patio, it still is a drop in the bucket compared to what it would actually cost to go to the game. And this is something I've been thinking about addressing more on my channel, coming up with some fun themed nights, maybe movie nights or game nights, and then menus to go along with them that families can do at home, so we can still have fun, make memories, but not completely bust the budget, because everything, including entertainment, has become so expensive. So if that's something you think you'd be interested in, or you know somebody who would be interested in watching those kinds of videos, leave me a comment and let me know. Pick out one of these videos to watch next, and I'll see you there. Go!
Oh,